Following record-breaking early voting turnout, Bexar County voters head to the polls. And a Latino San Antonio U.S. citizen alleges a Border Patrol agent wrongly deported him. This is your Express Briefing podcast for Tuesday, November 6th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. And get each day's top news and sports headlines delivered to your inbox at expressnews.com/newsletters. After record turnout during early voting, Bexar County residents who haven't yet cast ballots get another chance today as polls remain open until 7 p.m., with voters in line by 7 allowed to cast their ballots past closing time. More than 380,000 Bexar County voters have already cast ballots in the record-breaking 2018 midterm elections at a turnout rate of about 34.6%, higher than both 2014 and 2010. Voters will decide the outcome of major races in Bexar County this year, including contests for U.S. Senator, Congressman, Governor, and Lieutenant Governor, as well as many local offices. Republican Congressman Will Hurd is hoping to stave off a challenge from Democrat Gina Ortiz-Jones in one of Texas's only swing districts, which includes much of Bexar County. 8 of the county's 10 seats in the Texas House of Representatives are also up for grabs, along with one of its spots in the Texas Senate. San Antonians will then decide on a controversial set of charter amendments pushed by the Firefighters Union, which have been bitterly opposed by a cross-section of community leaders. And the race between Senator Ted Cruz and Representative Beto O'Rourke has drawn the most interest statewide. Voters can check their registration status, look up their polling sites, and view their respective voting precinct sample ballot on the county's voting website at bexar.org. And a San Antonio Latino claims he was stopped in June by a Border Patrol agent who refused to believe he was a citizen and had him deported to Nuevo Laredo the next day, where he was kidnapped by cartel members and held for ransom. 24-year-old Julio Cesar Ovalle, who has a U.S. passport, says he was not released until days later when the FBI intervened with Mexican authorities. But as of Friday, there was no independent verification of the man's claim that a Border Patrol agent stopped him without cause June 11th and asked him for his papers as he walked to his neighborhood HEB. However, officials have verified he was kidnapped in Mexico and held for ransom, and then freed with the help of U.S. authorities. In September, Ovalle's attorney filed an administrative claim, a step required before a lawsuit can be filed in court, seeking $1 million from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, which includes the U.S. Border Patrol. Federal officials have up to 6 months to respond to the administrative claim. Ovalle says he only had some cash and his cell phone in his pocket, but told the Border Patrol agent he had a passport and other documentation showing his U.S. citizenship at home, but was not allowed to return and was transported to a Border Patrol station. However, a law enforcement source tells the San Antonio Express News that the man may have called 911 himself, claimed he was an undocumented immigrant, and precipitated a response from Border Patrol that ended with his deportation. Court documents show Ovalle attended special education classes at Stevens High, but did not graduate, and his lawyer says regardless of why he was detained, Ovalle was deported without due process and forced to sign paperwork in English that he did not understand. And that's your daily San Antonio Express News briefing for Tuesday, November 6th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts.